Welcome everyone to another episode of Let's Debate, where you suggest the topics you would like to listen to. This week's topic is deadliest diseases through 21st century. As usual, we invited some specialists and some fans so they can debate about common issues and at the same time qualified people who can realize of some realities they weren't aware. Please welcome to Dr. Nepomuceno and Dr. Berta. And give another warm welcome to our daily spectators. Well, dear spectators, would you tell me your name, please?
Hi, my name is Larry.
And I am Luis.
Larry, which would you say is the most dangerous disease in the last century?
Probably AIDS or cancer.
Dr. Nepomuceno, which would you say is the deadliest disease?
Actually, I believe it's cholera, because there has been a recent increase of patients presenting this illness.
Well, actually you were closer to the answer than Mr. Larry. The answer is Ebola. But why aren't you informed about this fact, doctor? One would think that how you're busy attending patients, you would also be informed for you to have a fast treatment for all the deadly diseases.
Actually, through the day, we can receive different patients, each one having a unique and different symptom. If we focus on just being prepared to attend a certain amount of them, then many people would be affected by the system.
So then, this type of information is irrelevant for you?
Most of the time it is, but it can also be useful for having some kind of backup medicine in case we stay short of it and if suddenly there was a breakout or epidemic disaster.
However, for us, it is useful being aware of the symptoms and having knowledge of what your patient could do.
There has been cases where even we can confuse symptoms. However, it is good for us that people distinguish the different things that are happening in their body, because they help in the process by letting us making it fast and simple.
And how would an investigation of this kind could help you to be more prepared?
Like I said before, it is just in case we run short of the treatment of each of those cases.
So can the host tell us the rest of the diseases in order?
Sure, I'll tell them in order. Ebola, cholera, lupus erythematosus, avian influenza, polio, mad cow diseases, malaria, tuberculosis, cancer, and finally, AIDS.
What is lupus erythematosus?
People with lupus suffer from damage of internal organs, which is accompanied by a rash of the cheeks and nose.
And which are the symptoms?
Pain in the joints, the spots on the head, face, hands, ears, and chest. Patients complain of sensitivity to sunlight, weakness, and anxiety.
Why does this happen?
There hasn't been any clear evidence of why does this happen.
And how can you treat it?
Unfortunately, there is no cure for it. However, the main goal of the treatment is to learn how to control it, but if it involves organs such as the heart, lungs, kidneys, and other vital organs, you will need a specialist's help often or on a daily basis.
So how often can someone find an untreatable disease?
When something is as new as today's diseases, it takes some time to find an efficient way or medicine that fights against it. How today's world is constantly changing, and by new things such as contamination and technology, there can be new things that we didn't knew before.
So as humanity is actually making progress, it also causes disease on newborns?
Not exactly, because people is constantly changing bacteria, so it is also evolving. An example is when smoke came, such as allergies. People's bodies weren't prepared for excessive quantities of smoke and other gases, generating asthma. Also, some of them are genetic, which makes more difficult its treatment, even with our current technology.
However, the treatment offered is often expensive, making us sometimes impossible to acquire it, and we prefer to use home remedies.
Yeah, my mom rarely goes to the hospital. She can take good care of herself and doesn't have the necessity of buying medicine.
In some cases, it may be fine if you use home remedies, but the only certain way to be sure that you are cured from a disease is by having laboratory tests. It's true that medical procedures are expensive, or at least the modern ones, but alternative medicine, like the one for the common flu and headaches, are cheap in comparison with other recently discovered.
So it's like waiting for a cell phone to be developed so we can have a real access to the kind of benefits.
Actually, you need to understand how we use and develop new processes. They aren't cheap for us either. We can't cover the expenses. Some types of procedure are experimental and we ask for people to give us their field ingly so we can see how efficient they really are. And if they prove to be as efficient as promised, they pass the testing process and then they start being manufactured. Since not every drug producer can make them, there is a small amount of drugs we can get to use and make its value rise.
As you can see, there are many kinds of processes done so we can be treated on regular basis. Having this process to be kind of slow and inefficient process on new types of diseases. All of this is important so you can have a safe and an effective way to avoid encounter them. There's also some historical background of why this process was developed, and if you wish to listen to more about this historical background, we can talk about it in the following podcast, or suggest a different topic. The most voted will be discussed in the next episode. Thanks for listening and have a great day.